Um, I'm inting, unfortunately. Un
Oh no.
Absolutely tragic.
Sometimes it'd be like that, huh? Alright,
Mhm.
so I guess the easiest thing to do is, come up with like a champion pool you want to work on and then cut out everything that doesn't, that doesn't fit that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, honestly, a lot of people, pretty much the majority of players kind of have this problem, but if you want to get better, you just have to focus on as few champions as possible.
Sounds good.
But that's kind of like the first thing I noticed. All right, shall we jump into it?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see.
With
Which one's first?
I think so. The server game is kind of okay. My biggest concern is that I have like really minimal impacts over the game, even if I do well, quote unquote. And in this game, I do well. In the Driven game, it's just a mess, and it would probably be better to look at that because there's mistakes everywhere.
Okay, okay. So honestly, with solo queue, it's funny because what is considered to be perceived well isn't like good enough for solo queue. Unfortunately, it's like
Okay.
you must have like you must be a god in order to carry these games. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
it's such a like solo queue is such a disaster that you need to be like the shining beacon of hope for your team.
Okay.
Otherwise it's gonna be a feels bad, right? So
Yeah.
here's an example. Like for example, the other day I had a game where I was doing extremely well. I was like 6-0. I made a mistake in the mid game and I died, and the enemy team got Baron. You see how this works, right?
Yeah.
Where even if you're doing well, if you make some kind of disaster happen, it's all kind of canceled out in the end. It's like chess, right? It's like the game is usually decided by one big mistake, even if you're doing well the whole game. You know,
Okay.
so that's kind of how you should view solo queue, and it also saves your mental. If anytime you're doing really well but your top is like 0-9, as long as you're aiming for like as perfect as possible, the idea is that it won't make you mental boom, hopefully. Hopefully
Okay.
that's the hope, at least that's ideal. But yeah, that's what I think. Oh, this is spicy. All right, very nice going for the level 2, and then you can do something here. Sure. Wow, this Justana really likes to face tank this cannon. I mean, this mage minion, caster minion. Wait, did your Pike flash? He didn't,
Good
right?
question.
No, he didn't. I'm pretty sure. He's good. All right, good. So you're doing fine so far. How does lane usually go for you? What do you think?
So I either get shoved in insanely hard, or I am at their turret 24/7, and then I have to hide waiting for the jungler to show.
Okay,
There's
okay.
no in between. This game, they were shoving up on me, so I was trying to clear back. But yeah, I
hmm
wasn't really sure what to do.
No,
I
you're
don't know if it.
doing. This is going really well. Honestly, you guys have a health advantage. You're pushing them in. You're about to be pushing here, right? You can do a lot of things. There are a lot of things you can do here. Oh my god.
Jeez.
Let me watch that. No, I mean you had good reactions here. Let me watch this actually. Holy shit, that minion that minion fucking dove in front of you to save it. That was actually kind of funny.
Hero play.
Good shit. Wowza. Is this a Q? You don't have Q, that's fine. This is fine. Auto attack follow up. You're doing really well here. There's nothing really to complain about, really. So far it's like ideal, honestly. That was a nice Q. Very good, very good.
Oh
This is
yeah.
getting kind of awkward, but you should be fine. Nope, don't fall. Don't go for that. All right, nice. Sure. That was good. That was really good.
Oof.
You guys absorbed the gank. 10 out of 10.
All right.
Let's keep going.
I'm also not really sure what you mean by like the max range queues on Sivir only. I was hoping you could clear that up.
So you watched the Sivir video that we went over, that I went over on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So basically the idea is at max range, okay, so let's say there's a dude on top of you, right? And you throw your boomerang. You're going to have to somehow position in a way that the boomerang is coming back and it hits him,
Okay.
right? So if he has to go only a little bit to dodge this. So let's say, let's make it a little bit more further out, like this. You're never going to get the second hit back, because if you throw it out like this, you're going to have to like flash for it to come back in a certain way to hit him, right? Now let's say he's standing at max range and you throw it, it's going to hit him and come back at the same time. So he takes a ton of damage, right? So that's what we mean by the max range boomerang. So in this example, we would say this is max range.
Okay.
Right? If you can hit this, and we would say you would throw it right before she goes for a minion, so she's not moving, right? Those would be a good time to do it. Or if she CC'd, you throw it at max range, right? That kind of stuff. So that's the idea behind it. Is you get the first part of the boomerang, the back part. So you see how this is like max range, but it was never gonna hit because she doesn't want a minion here, right? There's no minion for her to hit here. Or unless you're, I mean, I don't know. Were you just hitting the cannon or something? I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, that would be like, that's kind of the example there. So far so good. You guys drew out a gank, so your jungler is winning. Very nice. Oh, you trying to do something here? Some kind of gank going. Excuse me. We could talk about mechanics, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think you could have done better here? Although it's a small thing, but
So
pretty much the only thing to talk about.
aside from the obvious miss, I didn't actually know my Nunu was coming in.
Oh, okay. So some kind of map awareness idea. Yeah, honestly, the obvious miss is the big one, right? You always want to wait until the last second or guaranteed hit. Otherwise, you see how this is devolving into a mess, and there's potential to have some kind of fat Q here, right? So you lose that potential if you miss. Yeah. If you wait. Man, this is a silver example that comes to mind, but I can't show you because I didn't have it recorded. But basically, the idea was I was just auto attacking this tank, and I had all my abilities up, and I just waited until he was 20% before I threw him, so I could just instantly kill him. Right? That would be an example of holding on to it is usually going to be the right move, right? Or like another classic is in a team fight, right? There's this Tristan in the back, and then the Nautilus, and then you and Pyke. You can just hit Nautilus, and then when Tristan is walking up, throw the Q at her face. Okay. Right, just you don't need to hit this guy, right? You have ideas like that, but really it all boils down to save it for the best time. But I mean, hey, this lane is going really well, so not really a big deal. Right there, that's the max range Q right there, right?
Okay.
What was she trying to do? This is really good.
Oh, she was turning back for the wave, but
she's trying to kill these minions, right? So you that was good by you. Don't chase this. I don't know what you're doing, but this is really good. It's really good. Push this out. You can base. Very nice. 10 out of 10. Laning is perfect, we would say. Laning is actually so good that I don't know how this Warwick got a kill, but you are winning the game for your team. That was really good.
Oh, neat.
Very good. Wow. You're actually like destroying them. How do you lose this? Must be some kind of maybe some kind of mid-game ideas we're going to be looking at. So laning seems to be going really well.
Oh yeah, it's a Draven game that I lose. This one is just barely scraped out.
Wow. You see that? You see how this holding onto your Q here is really good? If she flashes, you can throw it to where she flashes. If she runs away, you can do that. She's definitely going to jump, right? So right here, this is perfect. Holding onto it until you know whether or not you can hit it. So yeah, I mean, you're doing really good. You're doing really good with this.
I'm not really stuff that you're like waiting, like consciously waiting for, or
oh yeah, yeah. No. And like you either consciously wait for it, or if you're not sure, there's something there, but you might not know what it is, so you just wait for it anyways. Like you know they're gonna do something, right? Okay. Otherwise, she just dies to auto attacks. So then she flashes, and she's like, "Oh, I guess that's what I'm waiting for," right? With more experience, you'll know exactly what you're looking for. Like, oh, she's gonna jump, or she's gonna flash away, or whatever, or you're gonna wait out a spell shield, right? But when in doubt, you wait because you have as much time as you want. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like waiting is not gonna hurt you essentially. Like here, oh. Wait, oh, you see how like she was gonna do something, so you just hold on to your boomerang. So you're doing this really well. That was kind of awkward though. I don't know how you missed that. That was the perfect idea though, right there. The perfect idea. If you missed those, that's fine. That's just maybe you just haven't played Sivir, right? You don't. You play some Sivir, so
you pick up for me.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. We're not really worried about missing easy hits, right? As long as you have the idea there. That's really what the important thing is, because throwing your Q is gonna improve naturally, but waiting stuff out is really hard to learn. They're actually dead as hell here. What are they doing? Oh, feels bad. You wanted to save that, right? Yeah. Not like this. This is another spicy Q here. Okay, yeah. So in these big fights, I want you to think that you want to look for. This is a concept we don't really go over too much, but it's in the same vein as holding on to your abilities. It's like, how do we kill someone, I guess, as Sivir? What do you think? How do we kill someone?
I I've never done anything other than run up and auto. I'm sorry.
Usually it's run up in auto. Okay, let's make it more obvious. How do you kill someone with Twitch?
Stealth, Alt, WE.
Yeah, what's the most important part about... Where does most of the damage come from?
Late should be the crits, and early on it's the E. Probably.
Yes, early on it's the E, right? In different points of the game, it will change. But for us, so Twitch was expunge, right? How about for Sivir here?
Auto cancel and Q, both hits.
Yeah, auto cancel and Q. So if you completely miss one, you can't do any damage. Right? Is the idea.
Okay.
Yeah. You see what I mean here? So these guys are all screwed. Look at this. There's some kind of mad potential for Q here, right? But if you use it too early, then all that potential is kind of gone.
So I was way up here, like way ahead. Interesting. Okay. So even though it was like a 5v4, it was fine to go in.
Oh yeah, they're face tanking dragon, right?
Okay.
And this is more like a, I mean, assuming they're top TPs, right? Their top is already here. This is Jace, so this is 5v4. But if they're face tanking tower, Baron, dragon, you have potential to poke them and then chase them. Okay. Or you can poke them out. So even in these kind of situations, you definitely want to hold on to your Q for the spiciest one, right?
Okay.
So yeah, this is the example that I was talking about, right? Where Tristana's in the back and you hit Nautilus and then she walks up, Q to the face, right?
Okay.
So the second Q is not bad. We hit the first part of it, but I think you definitely want to be looking for as big as possible, right? You see how close this was, right? Definitely, this is definitely winnable for us, we would say. So,
okay.
Well, I'm curious if I can find this Sivir replay. Actually, I think it is gone. This guy's dead as hell. Kill this guy. Nice. And we can maybe look for more. Nope, that's fine. Push bot. Good. So you have all the ideas. Now it's just maybe execution in terms of when these big fights break out or longer fights break out, holding on to your main source of damage is going to be a core concept, right?
Okay.
I want you to think you're specifically targeting something when you use it. Like Twitch expunge 6-stack, we're specifically trying to kill the backline for example, right? Or your Q, you're going to try and hit the backline here. Like this is, oh my god, this is perfect. You see this? Oh, feels bad.
It's tragic.
Dang, you had it there. It's okay. It's a good try. She jumped out, so that's not bad at all. That's pretty good. If you were 200 IQ, you would flash on top of her and then throw her Q to where she jumped. But that's that's fine. I'm more concerned about the more basic ideas, the ones where they don't have flash and or jump, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Push this out. This is great. This replay is great. In terms of the way you're playing, you're doing really well. The only thing the only issue is you're missing opportunities, but in solo queue, that's not really a problem. Opportunities are a dime a dozen.
Okay.
Usually speaking, it's just you want to not throw and keep your lead, right? So this is good. Oh my, there it is, baby. Oh, fat Q. That's fine. You don't have to use it there. Push. Okay, here we go. Some kind of siege going on, but you have 5 people. As long as Nunu comes. Oh, this is really good. Easy clap. Oh, that's such a good Q. Yeah, like holding on to it, you see like the results you can get just by watching your own replay. Every time you held on to it is actually like perfect. But then every time you used it too early, it was like not as hot, right? And even the times where we said, hey, you could have used it, it was fine not to use it. Right.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's check this out. Some fight going on here. This is a 4v5. This is not doable, I'm pretty sure. You see the difference? Oh my god, maybe it is doable. That was a fat Nunu LT. Nope. You see the difference though between this one and the dragon one. Remember, they need some kind of advantage to outweigh the main advantage.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, it's not bad to look. It's not bad to look at all. But just know that usually you're not gonna find anything here. And then push mid. Yep. Clear mid. Oh my god, you killed.
Yeah, that was really tragic.
That was really good. That was really good. All right, let's keep going. Okay, let's watch this. See how like every time you lead with it, it doesn't seem to be very accurate. I think is a good way to put it. Because in the Dragon Pit, you led with it as well. Like you cast, that's the first thing you cast, right? Oh no. Okay, hold up. How did this happen? You guys are trying to dive or something? What's going on here?
I guess so. I knew this was a bad idea. It was just, and at this point, I was just like, guess I'll die now.
Yeah. This is what we mean, right? With the whole, it's fine to miss opportunities, but if disasters happen like this is where things go wrong. You see how you like, basically the game was, we could call this like a perfect game for all intents and purposes up until here.
Okay.
Right, and this is where things really started going wrong. Like if you give away all this income, and you give away mid tower, and you give away Rift Herald by one thing, right? So our kind of job is, you know, how do we prevent this from happening again? Right? What led us to this? What led us to this situation? What do you think?
So I got baited in by doing like that juicy crit on here, and then I hesitated when following Pyke in on a very bad dive. And then, yeah.
So what's the what's kind of the moral of the story here?
Don't dive with no vision.
So let's go through what you're thinking here in this thought process, right?
Okay.
So here we push the tower, and we know that, you know, they're gonna try and stop us. You're fine. You have ulti, you have flash, you have spell shield. You should be okay, right?
Yes.
So what's going through your head here in these few seconds?
I'm just doing damage to Vladimir. I don't see any. Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good, right? We're doing damage. It seems free, right? So at what point does it not? What point does do your instincts kind of lead you astray?
The instant Nautilus shows up in the corner, I knew I had to back off, but Pyke lands a hook, so I'm like, maybe? And then I just spend too much time deciding.
How about here?
Oh, here, it still seems kind of okay because I do have a spell shield and I do have heal and all.
But what if he just pulls away?
I didn't think about that. Oh no.
It's kind of this is the default. This is a good default mindset to have, is make sure that you don't fall into the trap of, what's it called, looking for something that doesn't exist. Like what I mean by that is like, let's say, so if I'm you, my default is like, oh, we're gonna look for free hits, but unless it's insanely obvious that this guy is hella dead, that's all we want. So we just immediately back off. But for most players, it's like when you see something that could be good, we keep going. And then you might be blind to other things that are happening on the map, so you get baited into this, right? So in this case, it was like Pyke was like, "Oh, it looks good. I'm gonna go in," and then you also have the same. Yeah, you also have the same idea, right? So you see how like this doesn't work. Like this doesn't work. Pretty much every time, we would say, right? You guys are too, like, the word people use is like greedy and stuff, but it's more of a have a plan when you want to do something, and don't deviate, or like update that plan when something happens, but don't deviate from it too quickly. Like here your plan would be like, oh, we're gonna poke him out as he tries to defend. Yeah. And then you guys deviated by, you know, instantly switching to diving because this looks maybe good. I want you to think the plan changes when something big happens. Someone dies, right? Or someone gets caught out, right? Or we see a 5v4 opportunity, we can change our plan. Or in this case, nothing Vlad would do will change our plan because you always will be able to press W. But you see how like this is more of a habitual thing that led to this throw, right? Yeah. It was like something good started maybe, and then we kept going even though it wasn't clean. So, you know, there's nothing. I mean, now your whole team's inting on top of that. So those are the things you want to be preventing. Oh my god, they get a second tower? Are you serious? No way.
It was so bad.
No. Oh my god. Oh, it's over. Oh, Vlad has 4 kills. Oh, that's 5 kills. Is that a literal pentakill? Nope, you're good. Oh. This is just not bad. Press R, right? Oh, come on, let's go, baby. Yes, Katarina's getting kills. Alright, so definitely the mid-game stuff, right? Yeah. What helped me with stuff like that is come up with a plan. Like after, like you're pushing tower, what you're doing was perfect. Just shove them in, look for something, and then get out. And then you don't want to deviate from this unless it's super clean, is what I want you to
Okay.
think, right? Coming up with an idea of what you want to do and scenarios where you would change that. Common scenarios where you would change that plan is a good way to work on this. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but we're just gonna push, right? And then
Yeah.
go word Baron. I mean, you can siege. You can just run when press R. Oh my god, let's go, baby. All right, we're pinging Baron, but there's a fight going on still. You see how you see what I mean by the only time I feel like you misuse your Qs when you lead with it. Right? You see what I mean by that, right? Where you're leading with it, like you start with it. I want you to think you walk up an auto and that's your standard, and then Q is your snipe.
Okay.
Q is your finisher. So, for example, you're missing opportunities on Jace here or Tristana. You didn't need to use it on the Warwick here, right?
Yeah.
So something like this, bam. Now she's super dead. Uh oh. It was actually the difference of Q right there, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Feels bad. It's okay. Oh, you got her. Never mind. Easy clap. Wow. Very well played. Very well played. This is a Baron, right?
Yes.
Fast forward. Very nice. Well, hold on. What you guys? Okay, that's fine. We can talk about this.
Okay.
If you want to. So the idea is like you want to see them going through this way, right?
Yeah.
But even if you see them here, if you can't see them next to the Baron pit, it's meaningless.
Okay. Okay.
Right. So it's always the outside. You always want to do right outside the pit, right? And that way you can see what they're doing, because you can see which direction they come from. But if you can't see right outside, there's no point, because you don't know what they're doing, right? It's the common idea of if you ever play support, you'll realize this as well. Is you can ward. I've seen this before. You can ward everything right outside the pit, but if you don't ward in the pit, they can run in and you still don't know what they're doing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's that idea, but that's fine. You don't want to face tank this unless you're gonna spell shield this. Oh, you're memeing on this guy. Okay, fast forward. Good stuff. Very nice. Very good. So very much a mid-game idea of you went for something that looked kind of good, but it wasn't clean.
Okay.
And you guys just win. Nice. This is good. This is a really good game. This is clean. Like you play like this every game, minus some kind of mechanical ideas we talked about, easily fixable, and mid-game having a plan and making sure it doesn't go awry. That's like the only. That's like other than that, this is a win every time, right?
Okay.
That's really good.
Is there any cases where I can't like play Silver into? Like I just should not even consider it?
If they have a Vayne, if they have like Twitch, if you're like giving them free scaling somehow, it could be dicey, right? Because punishing is not always easy in solo queue. But other than that, like against Caitlyn, against Ezreal, let me take a look. Against these champions, against Ezreal, Tristana, it's not bad, right? Yeah. Other than that, the only other case is like they have too many long range champions and you can't hit anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then you just become like a Q bot, I guess. Okay, let's watch this.
So this one I didn't feel comfortable following up on because I was pretty sure.
He has no HP. I mean, it's not bad. He lands the hook, so this should be fine.
I also don't have Conquer because
that's kind of awkward, but let's talk about this. All right, there are two ideas at work here. All right, one is the common ignite pattern. If you're dying or someone on your team is dying, when should you ignite? When should you heal?
Preferably before.
Yeah, the instant something happens, right? If he's in kill range, this is what I call if he's in kill range. If they're thinking I'm gonna ignite him, you heal right before that happens, and that would be like the highest benefit of heal, right? And then the second idea is what do you think? Let's watch. What's the second idea here? What do you think?
I Sorry, what should I be looking for? Like, in regards to using.
Well, besides the heal thing, right? How do we kill someone in this all in?
We'd have to probably flash after them.
Okay.
If we really wanted to.
I want you to look at who you're hitting here.
Oh yeah, focus maybe.
All right. Who should we hit, and how do we know?
Whoever's either low or my partner is hitting it, I would guess, or is
Right.
ignited actually in this case.
Whoever you can kill by yourself, or the one that everyone is focusing.
Okay.
Right. So you see how everyone's trying to kill this Ezreal, but how much
Yeah.
damage do we put into Brand here?
160.
Like a
If
lot, right? Like, you see how much health that is? If you subtract that from Ezreal's health, he's hella dead, right?
Oh, okay.
So-
okay.
It's fine to see here. This is really good. You hit the Ezreal, and you're like, he's too far away, so you hit Brand, right?
Okay.
Perfectly fine, totally fine. And then, but then when he gets hooked, and everyone's focusing Ezreal again, we are still hitting Brand, right?
Okay.
We want to kill the guy that we can actually kill here. So that's the problem that happened in this game.
Okay.
That was the main issue, I would say, is target selection, right? In general, you want to aim the ADC. Wait, you're gonna beat these guys up. Oh no. It's fine.
Was I actually up there?
Say again?
Oh, was I actually up there? Like ahead?
Like here? Like you can win this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can win this, right?
Oh, interesting.
How do I know? What do you think?
Minion wave? Oh,
Let's
sounds minion wave.
okay, let's talk about how you kill people. This is a Draven thing, really.
Okay.
How do you kill people?
I hit people with my axes. and then-
Exactly. Spinning axes, and I guess that's it, right? You just
Yeah.
do a shit ton of damage. All right. How does Brand kill someone?
He has to land his stun and get the passive off.
Okay. And how does Ezreal kill someone?
W proc?
I mean, W does a lot of damage, but where does most of his damage come from?
Q and yeah.
Okay. So
Probably
if you
Q
watch
plus.
this, how do we know that this is easy clap?
So the stun misses instantly,
Mm-hmm.
and Ezreal's out of mana, I guess.
Okay. So if you stand, for example, in here, they can't land anything, right?
Oh,
Or-
okay.
Or I mean, this is fine too. You can do this too. It's just, you know, what tool do you have to dodge their abilities?
Flash. Okay.
So which one do you flash here? What do you think? So if you manually dodge stun with heal or just movement, that's fine, right? What about this?
Yeah, probably just flash the W over.
Yeah, and you can just stand on him and then he dies, right? So this is very much an
Okay.
idea of how do you kill people? Remember the whole Sivir idea, right? Is
Yes.
we're going to hit them with both sides of the queue and or one side of the queue, right? And you know, how do they kill people, right? So here's a good example from the game I just played.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. I think this is it. This is a classic. All right, this is a classic. All right, so how does Morgana kill people?
Land the bind.
That's it, right? Just land binding. Otherwise, she's useless. Good champion. How about Kaisa?
She has to get her passive off. Probably combo with W. Q.
Perfect. And then Tristana?
Get the E to pop.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Easy. So very simple. So I want you to watch this and tell me, you know, how is this? Is this the same idea or not?
Okay. Okay, so your 4 hits and you dodge the last.
You see how this works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you need binding, you need Kaisa passive, right? With some kind of form of W with it. Alright? So we made sure that we did everything onto this guy, and you see instantly where am I moving. I'm
We have
out.
Minions. Yeah.
Right? Like you said, you know, she's gonna kill us with the passive. You're right. So we get out. So we can kill someone because we can throw everything into her face and she can't hit bind because she already used it. And then we're looking at Kaisa and making sure we don't get hit by 5-hit passive, right? And then we're good to go. Easy, right? So that's
Were you not afraid that she could just right click on you there?
Oh yeah. This is debate. Why is this debate? Oh, actually,
Oh, heal,
let me get to it.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get her to turn around. So I
I
walked
see.
forward. But she didn't turn around, unfortunately, right? So, oh, and then she dies anyways.
Nice.
Oh, goodbye. Nice job, X Salad. But yeah, that's kind of a concept you can use is dodge what they can kill you with, throw everything you have that can kill them, and that's an auto win,
Okay.
right? And you can guarantee dodges with this.
I see.
Or like we said, heal movement. I think heal movement is really advanced, but you can actually do that too. So
Sat in that exchange where I should have flashed the W.
mhm.
Would you have sat in the minion wave or something?
I would have sat in the minion wave.
Okay.
Right? Okay, let's assume their jungle's not here, because if their jungle's here, you might be doomed. But
Okay.
you're just sitting here, and then I'm just looking for his Q, his W, and that's it. Ezreal can't land shit. So
Okay.
that's what I'll do. You can just say focus one dude. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as they can't get away. So I mean, this is a good plan too. You can just manual dodge with heal. I would be expecting him to flash Q or something, but you can manual dodge with heal and then dodge the last thing with flash. So
Okay.
you can just come up with something if you want to go for that. You don't have to. That is a Draven thing, right? So keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Something we didn't talk about. Okay, so let's back it up a little bit. So we just forced them to base, right?
Yes.
This is our first inaccuracy in laning, I think, in terms of wave management. Because with Sivir, you didn't have this problem because you're playing Sivir.
Yeah.
But let's watch this. Why are we talking about this? It's and then 5 seconds, and right here.
Does it take way too long for me to clear the wave?
And ideally, where do we want the wave to be?
Like in laning? Like frozen outside our turret? Question?
Sorry,
Or
that
at their
was
turret?
that was a bad question.
Oh.
If they based and you want to base, where do you want your wave to go?
Into their tower.
Yeah, into their tower. All right, so I want you to watch this sequence of events here.
Okay.
Can you get into their tower?
I don't think so.
You can straight base here.
Okay.
Right. Let's say that if you're somehow pushing towards them, if the wave is like this, then you can just continue slow pushing and then push when you can get into their tower. Well, this you don't want it to be. You want to try and avoid worst case scenario, which is it meets right outside the tower. So, I mean, if Thresh doesn't help you here, sometimes it's unavoidable. But know that if you can avoid this, you want to, because you're gonna lose all these minions, right?
Okay.
So that's fine. It's not gonna matter too much right now, but it is something to look out for. That Sivir game was really clean because they just shoved into their tower, right?
Yeah.
So they couldn't really make a mistake there. But definitely know that you want to. The idea is you don't want to lose income, and you're gonna lose those six minions worth of XP and gold if you do this. So
Okay.
slow push until you can get it in, or if you have to base immediately, you can base immediately. Otherwise, if you think you have no choice, you can do what you just did. So this is way too forced. Feels bad. Okay.
I think I
Sometimes
tilted
it'd be
my
like that.
dash.
Sometimes it'd be like that, huh?
Yeah.
We should talk about this too, I guess. What is your Kayn doing, by the way? Kayn's just dying.
Yeah, we had no pressure, I think. Couldn't do anything to help.
Your Thresh is no HP, so I don't know what your Kayn's doing. But let's talk about like wave management stuff, I guess. What's the
Okay.
idea behind pushing here? Let's back it up. Right here.
What was going on in my mind?
Yeah, should we
'Cause I'm
push?
playing
Yes or no?
Driven. I don't think so. We'd probably be better off like playing closer to turret because we have like a hooker in.
A hooker. Yes, you have a hooker. He's gonna get him. So yeah, we have some kind of run them down potential here. And
Okay.
I mean, if you do push, what can you get off it? Is the question.
The only things that come to mind are like maybe turret plating, but even that's a stretch because they can just come back.
I mean, I would say like we can go ward, and then that's the extent of what we can get, and then now we come back and freeze. Right now we come back and slow push. So, but you want to have an idea of why are you pushing here? Right?
Okay.
Because let's say you want to unlock your Thresh to roam mid, perfectly fine, right? Does he have Mobies? Check. You want to go ward because it's all black, perfectly fine. Let's go ward the dragon, right? But if you push and you have everything warded and they're just happy sitting under tower and last hitting, you're kind of giving them an opportunity to stay safe until the mid game, right? They're gonna get to scale and stuff like that. So if you want to try and catch them as many times as possible before that happens. Like if you keep the wave here, they're gonna walk up, and then Thresh is gonna do something like this. And you see how that becomes dangerous for them, right?
Yeah.
So you can do ideas like this of when your support has some kind of catch and or all in. So
okay.
Remember, you want a reason to push. I mean, here's another more obvious reason is this guy, right? What is this?
Yeah, he has the global.
Yeah, it's Twisted Fate. So next time he bases, he's gonna come bot, and then they're gonna be doomed. So when in doubt, you should slow push. But if you have a reason to push, go for it. Okay.
Okay.
Here, it just seems like we're not able to do much, right? You see how like we're not even pushing them into tower because we're afraid of this gank, right?
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense.
I mean, part of it is because you're jungle inted, but sometimes it'd be like that, right? This is really good. This they should be scared here, right? Why is that?
TF is coming back, or just
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, TF ulti's bot, they're doomed. So this is a great spot for the wave to be, right? Even, we would say, it's perfect. Okay, here we go. You see how like we know what's gonna happen before it happens, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you can set it up in game. Is wave management. You can set up these plays by yourself. It makes it so free for your team that is brainless, right? That's what you're looking for. Nice. You got the kill too. Good shit. All right, push it out. Base. Oh, that's really awkward.
Oops.
You know what? You don't really have a choice here, right? You can't. If you base now, you're gonna lose a wave anyways. Okay. This is what I mean by you have no choice. Where their jungle is coming, so you just need to kill as many as you can before you base, right?
Okay.
This is fine. All right. This one you had no choice. That's okay. Let's keep going. Very nice. All right, let's watch this. Their jungle's here, isn't he?
I think so.
You should be careful. Oh, Monka S. All right, so this is gonna fall into our mid-game ideas, where what we talked about last game. All right, so what we mean by that is, you see how like I knew their jungle is here, even though I don't know where they are. It's likely that their jungle is here. Let's talk about this. So this is gonna help you the most because this is the two major throws came from this idea. Is before something happens, what is your game plan? And you know your game plan by looking at the map. So if we go back to that Sivir game, your team was down here and over here, and you and your support are pushing mid, right? So the game plan is what in that case?
Sorry, could you say that again?
Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's better if you can see it, I think.
Okay.
Because it's exactly what it's gonna look like in game. Here we go. I think this is it, right? No, next one. Okay, here we go. Before you touch the wave.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going on, and then you're pushing him off the tower, and then we kill this guy. Yep. Okay, very nice. And then what's the game plan here?
Probably group. No, wait. No, my team is dead. Shove wave to turret and try to do something else on that.
Yep, I would agree. Right, sounds good to me. All right, let's keep going. And then does the game plan change? What do you think?
I can go for a little bit of harass, I'd say. Get a little bit of turret damage while looking for something else.
That's true, but our general idea is let's back it up a bit. I think there's something missing with our game plan. So you said push and then try and do something, right?
Yes.
But what do you notice here?
My jungler's dead and my mid is dead, yeah.
So you're right about pushing, but what is our general strategy right now? What should be our general strategy right now?
I'm honestly not sure.
If you look for something, like if you try and take their chickens and your team is dead, what happens?
I probably get caught out and die.
Agreed. What happens if you try and do Rift Herald?
They have a jungler.
Alright, and if you hit the tower?
We could get collapsed on. And
agreed. Alright, so what does that tell you about our game plan here after we push?
We shouldn't be interacting with their things at all.
Oh, just wait. Okay, so I want you to watch this and think. My game plan is we're gonna push and kite and not interact until our team is back on the map. And then tell me if you would have played this differently. If you have this in your head, if you're consciously holding this plan. All right, so let's check it out. Right.
probably would have left as soon as that cannon died.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I would probably be like sitting in this bush with a pink ward, seeing if we can like do some free hits.
Oh, actually, I was going to ask about those pink wards because
Oh yeah?
I have friends who keep complaining about me buying pink wards on AD3.
What?
Well, I think the exact complaint is that I'm buying way too many pink wards.
Not at all. I mean, no. That's not ADC.
Because I find more often than not that it makes like objectives a lot easier because nobody pinks those.
Wait, what rank are your friends?
The person who was saying that I was spending too much money is like plat 1, low damage.
Okay, this is when it's a waste of money. You have a pink on the map next to the objective, and you don't need to move it, and you buy 2 and you put them down anyways. That's when it's a waste of money. All right, that never happens. Your pink is always gonna get cleared, or you're always gonna need to move it. So you know, I mean, you definitely want to be buying as many pink wards as possible, in the sense that your pink ward needs to be on the map and it needs to be useful at all times.
Okay.
So usually you have one on the map and you hold one in your inventory so you can move it, or in case it gets cleared, right? And for you, yes, of course you want to make sure that your pink ward is the safest pink ward of the team, right? So support and jungle, their pink wards are like the most deep. Like for example, they're the ones where they're trying to make plays off it, and yours is like back here, like safety kind of ideas, denying vision on the pit and stuff. You don't want to move yours, right? That is an idea. Is you don't want to spend all your money on the pink wards, but if you don't have one on the map, you definitely need one on the map, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, let's take a look at this. So does our game plan change here? What do you think?
Now that we have a team, are Yoriks recalling? I don't know if we can siege still. We can. I'm gonna be honest, I'd still probably have tried to siege the turret here.
Right, so okay, maybe we can push in, right? But like you said, York is kind of basing, right?
Yeah.
And is your team ready to do something?
No.
I want you to think, it seems unclear because your team's alive, right?
Yeah.
When they're ready to do something, I want you to think he's in the bush next to you. Your jungle is literally next to you for solo queue. Otherwise, they're not gonna do what you think they're gonna do, right?
Okay.
Even if he's pathing towards you, no, he's got to be next to you, ready for this, right? Katarina's like right here, right? Is what I want you to think. So we would say we're still not ready. We still not want to interact. We can go this way. You can even go top if you want, but you still don't want to try and do something here.
Okay.
Right? That's what I want you to think. And then, you know, things happen, and then you already know what happened here, right?
Yeah.
This is the exact same example, okay? So when you look at this, what's our game plan here?
Probably to just freeze near turret.
Why is that?
Well, we can have an easier time making catches if we're closer to turret, and also we have teammates that can take advantage of that fact.
Right.
And I also think we're down, so we want to play safe, question mark?
No, you guys are winning, for sure, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're hella strong, he's building a tier, this is winning. Wait, but when we come up with plans, I want you to think the #1 factor is this. And it's not, don't worry about like the specifics of the game, like the champions you're playing, that's secondary. The #1 factor is this, right? What's going on the map? Numbers advantage, right? So the way we come up with our game plan when you're playing the Sivir and you're pushing mid is team wasn't ready and dude was basing, right? So numbers advantage, right? So in this example, for laning phase, what would our game plan be? What's the first thing we should hold in our mind?
Where the jungler is?
Right. So if their jungle is bot, how many people are at this fight? Bot.
3 enemies.
2v3, maybe 2v4, right? Maybe 3v3 if he has ulti. He doesn't have ulti, so it's not 3v3. But you know it's 2v3. So that would be, you want to hold that in your head the whole time. Okay. We're doing something. It's 2v3 unless your Kayn is next to you. So I want you to watch this and tell me if you had this idea of we're 2v3 right now, would you play this differently?
I would probably be pinging him back.
Yeah, maybe get hit and run, like hit once or twice and leave. But you see how like this is easily losing 2v3, right?
Yeah.
So that's the main idea. Like the specifics of it or whatever, that's not as important as the idea. Like, you know, you dodged the Q, you guys did a lot of damage. It's all really good. But the main habitual problem is not having this main advantage idea in mind before you try and do something. Okay. Also, that was a this Ezreal Houdini, dude, that was crazy. It's pretty funny, actually. That was nice. I respect that. But yeah, that's definitely the number one way you're making mistakes. Honestly, it's the only mistake you're making, right?
Okay.
Is this idea?
Minimap.
Yes. Before something happens, come up with what you want to do. And when we say like you update that plan, it means something like the enemy jungle shows up. So now you know it's 2v2. Your jungle's bot. So now it's 3v3. Your TF has ulti. Now it's 4v3. You see how this works, right? It's all based on the map, right? New information comes from the map. The only time it doesn't come from the map is this dude got blitz hooked. Can you one shot?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So something crazy has to happen on the screen for you to change this plan, right? Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it like makes a lot more sense.
Good. Because it's not, you know, it's impossible it's easy to tell people, hey, you should have done X, Y, Z, but that doesn't really change anything when you go into game. You know what I mean? Like I whenever I asked for help back in the day, I was like, oh, he was like, oh, you should have done this differently, and I was like, okay, but it didn't really change the way I played. Right? You wanna come up with habits to change the way you play to prevent this kind of stuff. Make it all clean. Okay. So this is the way I did it. Which is honestly something that I need to do again, because I think I am having the same issues in terms of not thinking of what the plan is before I try and do something. So
okay.
Awareness is key.
Okay.
Do you play any other games by any chance?
I've been playing a lot of Apex lately.
Dude, oh my god, that's the exact example I was gonna tell you. Okay, so
nice.
It's so funny. All right, so you can like apply the same concept to Apex. So for example, my first few games, I would just try and run it down 1v3 whenever I saw a team, right? And it didn't matter what loadout I had. I was just like, I'm just going to go in and try and kill someone. Okay. And then upon watching my games, I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Like, why am I running in with a Hemlock and a fucking Scout? And these guys have shotguns and I'm trying to go in close, like no matter what every time. So then I started coming up with like a set game plan for every situation. Like if I meet people, I'm going to back out. Or if we meet people, we're going to go in, right? Something like that.
Okay.
And by doing that, we came up with situations where we always won or always lost. Like for example, one of our classic plans is like we're gonna try and get someone like no shields before we push, or something like if the person in front finds someone, we're just gonna wait until the whole team catches up before we do something. So like when something happens, you know what to do next is the idea, instead of going off your instinct or whatever people call autopilot. We're basically trying to change our instincts with this kind of idea. So
actually, I was gonna ask about this too. Do you have any like suggestions or tricks to help me get out of autopilot only? Because
okay, there's two kind of ideas that are running in line with this. One is we're trying to change our autopilot.
Okay.
Right. To the point where it's beneficial for us. For example, you want to get to the point where your autopilot is looking at the map before you do everything.
Okay.
Right. That would be like a habit. That's like the habit we're looking at. Now, how do we consciously do this? You tell yourself, you know, you mutter to yourself every game, look at the map, look at the map. After every time you kill a minion, look at the map, right? Some people use like alarms, like 5-second alarms or something I've heard on Reddit, where every time it beeps, you look at the map or something like that. But you want to come up with something.
Okay.
Right. So for me, I'm just like, I tell myself, in lane, I'm going to focus on only this. And then out of lane, I'm going to focus on only this, right? So I would say, what is my plan? Every time I remember, I'm like, okay, what's my plan? And then see if it changes. And that's how I would do it. You want to consciously remember it in game, I think. So whatever works for you. I think some people use like sticky notes and they put it on their monitor. That one's not bad. Something that's like right there to tell you. But yeah, honestly, whatever system you can come up with is, I think, really good. So like here, for example, how do I know this is like 2v2 unless their jungler comes? How do I know that this is a fine idea?
They're playing like off screen basically. Let
me see. You'll see it soon. Wait, hold up.
Okay.
Bam.
Oh, okay. Citrani showed up mid.
Okay, right.
Okay.
So this is fine, and then until the TP. That's about it, right? So here I would check for my Thresh's flash. So if he goes in, he's still fine. You see how
Okay.
this works?
Interesting.
And then you're just waiting, even though I'm coaching you, I'm doing the exact same things I'd be doing in game. That's how ingrained my habit is. I'm literally looking at top. I'm like, okay, where's their top? As I kill this minion, right? That's the kind of that you want to get to the point where you know what's going on before things happen. So you see how like a lot of times I'm able to tell what happens before it happens. It's just because I can look at the map first, figure out what's going on, and then predict, certain patterns that happen. Like the game isn't really, it's pretty much the same thing every game. It's just in different order and different patterns. There's a lot of the same patterns. So the specifics of it change, right? No game is the same. No two games are the same, but the same patterns apply. Like, oh, jungle gank or man advantage, or one team starts dragon for no reason, right? You see that every game. So this is fine because you saw their jungler, right? So we know it's 2v2. Totally okay. So you want to go into this thinking 2v2, dodge brand stun, easy clap, right?
Okay.
That's the kind of ideas going through your head, or that would help if they were going through your head, right? And then let's keep going. And then Sidrani's missing. Oh, nope, she's still mid. And then top is missing. Is there a TP behind you? Right? You would want to check for that.
Okay.
And keep going. Oh, a lot of random stuff happening mid. Fast forward. TF no ulti. You see how like I'm looking for these specific things, right? Anytime I look at the map or the mini map, that's what I'm looking for. This is actually it feels bad. I think you're just typing. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, let's watch this. That's okay. Honestly, sometimes it happens. You can see a common setup is you can put a ward here for your TP gank.
Oh, okay.
Right, or just to see if they're hiding in this bush. You can see this is a jungle ward, a lane gank ward actually too. Very very common, or not very common, but very useful I should say. But I mean, you're typing it. I'm not worried about you dying there, right? Unless that happens every game. Does that happen every game?
So I've recently stopped taking such greedy backs. I don't know if that counts as greedy, but
I think you were just typing while you were backing.
Okay.
So what's the mindset here? What do you think? What would I be thinking here?
First check what's available to use his tools. Citrani shows on the map, so we should be. I don't remember if Thresh used flash at this point, but I do have flash, so if I need it, I'll be safe. We're also way up on them, I think. I have a few kills and passive in my belt, so...
So how many people are bot here in this fight?
Should be a 2v2.
Perfect, right? So you approach it like a 2v2. And then once you go from there, like, okay, I just need a flash stun. We win, auto win, right?
So I should approach these as a 2v2 because I know Draven Thresh auto wins lane against Ezreal? Or is it...
Or it's more like when something breaks out, you know it's only 4 people here. Only 2v2.
So what if... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, because it's different if it's 2v3. Like, let's say it's 2v3 and you start a fight. It's not that starting a fight is bad. It's that if you use that flash for brand Q, Sidrani's coming out with a flash ulti. Right?
Okay.
So now you gotta play differently. You're gonna manually dodge it or wait for it, and then fight, and then flash the Sidrani ulti. You see how this works, right?
Yeah.
Is that the more people involved, the more deep you have to look at it, calculate it, and safer you have to play / you have to wait for your moment. But the less people there are, the more you can do, right? Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna ask more in terms of the 2v2, like if I were instead the Ezreal here, would I still be looking for these 2v2s? No, it's a matchup thing, right?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, it's 2v2, we get hooked, we die, we still need to poke them out first, right?
Okay.
That's the idea. Remember, play to your advantages, we would say. I don't think that's not really something that's gonna matter too much, I would say. It's more of a matchup idea. I mean, not matchup idea. Numbers advantage idea that matters the most. You saw how it didn't really matter in your games. What mattered in your games was there's junglers here and their whole team's on the way mid, right?
Okay.
Those are the two main, the big stuff, right? Oh, this guy's dead as hell. Easy clap. What is he doing? Okay, sure. Just push mid now. I mean, push bot, sorry. Very nice, very nice. Good. This game's going really well. What happens?
So I think my build is off. My Thresh suggested me build Armor Pen. I played too safe. I didn't do any damage. And yeah, we just lost fight after fight, I think.
I see a common pattern here. If we want to talk about mechanics, what is it?
Oh, so I'm leading with my skill
Don't
shot.
lead with stuff. Yeah. I want you to think the last second is the best time.
Okay.
Okay? You want to surprise people with it, right? Because even if you hit them here, what can you get off it? You want to have something tangible. Yeah. You want to kill someone. You know what I mean? So that's the if there's a habit you want to break mechanically speaking, that's it.
Okay.
All right, and then let's keep going. Okay, and then this is 4v4. We got everyone down here. Fast forward. Very nice. You take this tower. We can skip all this. Oh, okay. What's going on here? Oh, if they TP, it's 4v5, right? Oh, let's go, baby. Doable, we would say. Hey, good shit. Well played. Yeah, mechanics aren't really a problem. It's only ever when you start with stuff. It doesn't make sense. Look at this E. Look at this E, right? How much different is this one versus the one you did before?
Super different. I got things off of this one.
This dude is dead as hell, right? Nothing he could do. The other one, it was kind of useless. So
Okay.
yeah, if there's ever a mechanic thing to talk about, it's hold on to your stuff, onto your skill shots, I guess. Don't lead with it unless you're getting something off leading with it.
So just be sure of. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Every time you've like done in the middle of the fight, it's been amazing, right? Every time you led with it, it was kind of awkward, you know. Didn't really do anything. Okay, this is definitely what we need to talk about. All right, check it out. You see this? What's our mindset here? Using our method of a habitual method that we want you to do from now on.
Well,
how do we know that this goes poorly? 9 times out of 10.
My jungler isn't right next to me, and their team is missing. So
what else about the jungler?
Oh, he's low.
Yeah, no mana. So he's not a person. This guy's dead. This guy's dead. I mean, maybe he has TP, but this is not happening. He's in no TP, right? So 3v4. You guys opt into a 3v4. You did not play log as a 3v4, right? So it's very much the same thing. You see how like, oh, it looks kind of good, right? Yeah. So you know why are things going really weirdly? Thresh doesn't know this either, right? It's actually literal 3v4. So even if you don't die, this is more likely to end up in a disaster than not. You see that?
Yeah. Okay.
On average, it's not that you couldn't outplay this or that you shouldn't go for it. It's that you didn't know it was a 3v4. You can't go for something that you don't know, like what's going on, right? So if you approach this like a 3v4, let's back it up. How would you play this differently?
I think I was already sitting back because I wasn't convinced, but yeah, I'm just content to farm, but
right. I want you to look out. There's a very obvious moment for me at least.
Okay, the Karma Q came up and I completely didn't realize.
Right here, if this is a 3v4, and there's nothing going on. This is clearly you guys. This play has not worked, right?
Yeah.
Which direction do you guys go?
Back towards turret.
Yeah, we need out. All right. So which way are we kind of?
Towards the center. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you're trying to dodge this Karma Q, honestly. So it was just a. Well, now that we're out, we should keep going out, right? Yeah. It's very much there's a big focus on the screen and not about the situation. It's not that this is good to focus on, but only if you know what the situation is.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll be able to play these out a lot better if you know what's going on before it happens. So that's basically it, right? I mean, hey, if you went for it and then you had to burn flash, okay, sometimes that happens, but you can still get out here, right?
Yeah.
It's just that, you know, you try to keep going. So if you want to win a 4v5, you need to look for something big, like one shot opportunities, or yes, that's honestly the most obvious, right? One shot opportunities. Is there anything else? Someone has to blow up. Oh, big value. So if you hit 5 people with a Draven ulti, it's doable, right? Those are the 2 most common examples. Oh, besides Baron. They start Baron and they're still weak. Objective start. That's another 4v5, a possible 4v5. But you see how in both games there was a mid-game throw because it was 4v5, right?
Okay.
Both games. It was. You see how like you were playing so well that you were like 1v9 for the first 15 minutes, and then somehow we threw, right? So this is where it's coming. Oh wow, it's actually the same thing going on here, right? Wait, it's a mirror image. You lost both mid towers somehow, right? It's actually a mirror image, and then they kept going, so they died. Wow, that's actually so funny. Let's watch this in its entirety though. So I think we just died. Respawn. Come back mid. Okay. See this? What's the game plan here?
In this case, if they tried to siege, I would just give it to them because my team is completely.
Right. You'll wait for your team, right?
Yep.
Your Thresh and your TF can't really do anything, so we're gonna take it really slow. All right. So let's watch. This ain't it, Chief, right?
Yep.
So we didn't take it slow at all. So I mean, maybe all playable. I guess not, right? 2v1 is too hard. His face taking tower is too hard, right? So
Shelly knocked me back.
It feels bad, man. That one always catches you off guard. Yeah. I've seen someone die to a Kai'Sa ulti right after Shelly hit him. That's pretty funny.
Oh wow, that is
yeah, you get that knockback. Very nice. Pushed it out. That was really good. Okay, right here. Fight breaks out mid. What happens?
We automatically lose.
Yes, that's what I want you to think.
So should I be like spam caution pinging in this case?
Yeah,
like
you can. Okay. If something happens, you can start pinging, or you can red ping or something. But just know that you don't even have to ping honestly, and you can single-handedly save stuff sometimes, right?
Okay.
But you see this? This is like an opportunity for them to go on you if you're not careful.
Okay.
Right?
So
if they like, we're gonna talk about this idea, but I don't really. It's not something to practice yet. But you can actually do this if you want in your games. All right. So if they force on you, and you can't get away, you guys lose this, right? Because it's 4v5. What if they force on you, and you got away with flash, and they keep chasing?
I feel like I'm still dead either way.
Well, why is the first case losing?
Is it because I have nothing up and nobody is here? Like getting forced on?
Well, yeah. We're getting forced on, and we die before Kane can get here, right?
Yeah.
What about the second example? They're chasing you guys. You're getting away. Who's on the way here?
Kane is. Okay.
So which team is winning now?
If we're cutting it out, we might be able to turn it around? Question mark.
Right. The team that is chasing is at a disadvantage.
Okay.
Right. So if you want to go for these kinds of ideas, you totally can. Let me show you what I have in mind here. Is this the Twitch game or Sivir game? Oh man. It's within the last few days. I was playing against the Twitch. Here we go. I want to show you this idea before we call anything. Oh, is that one? Okay. Wait, no. It's not. It's this one. 2 days ago. What the heck? Okay, perfect. Relevant example. What's going on here?
Pushed up, team is scattered everywhere. No idea where jungle is.
So what's the game plan?
W the wave and leave.
Okay, I want you to watch. So what you just did right there, we want you to do every game. What you did there is perfect, right? So I want you to watch. So what happened? How do we reproduce that?
So they overcommitted to chasing you while your jungler was on the.
Yeah, so it was no longer 3v2, 4v2. It turned into a 3v3, and they were chasing, right?
Interesting.
So that was the example I was trying to give you there. That would be the classic 4v5 mid, and you're waiting for your team to come in, right? So this is how are we able to do this? Because my whole mindset, look at it. I'm hitting. This is the same thing, right? This is Vlad, right? Our whole mindset is unless this guy's like literally one hit, we need to run. Right?
Okay.
We're kiting here. So you see how this works? Where he's face tanking the wave, and what's my first reaction?
Just leave.
Yeah, we're out of here, right? Until I see something different. So, and then they start inting because Unless this will happen every game, okay? In solo queue, they will always end, right? Even challenger players will do this. So
Okay.
it's because their instinct is to keep going, right? Yeah, that's what's going on in that's it. You can abuse that if you ever see that in your games, right? If you ever like this is 2v3, we need a kite. That's why you can still push and get away with it. It's because they're gonna end up chasing. Okay, what happened here? This is something different we didn't talk about. But you're pinging Baron here, right?
Yeah.
How do I know this Baron doesn't work? So what's the idea? So what's the idea here?
Everybody's just scattered again. We can't duo the Baron without smite.
Well, why do you want this Baron? Why do you think you can do the Baron here?
So I thought it was doable because Draven does a lot of damage to it, but and I also figured that they'd be running around bot long enough for us to get the objective. But
right, they're like, they want this dragon, so you think you can sneak this, right? So why did I say there's no way it's gonna work?
My jungler is already getting caught.
Okay, that's part of it. You don't have smite, but even if everyone was together,
They just win the fight outright because Camille's dead.
they're just gonna come straight to you guys, right? And you can't finish it before they get to you. So this is a common pattern you'll see where they want dragon, you guys do Baron, but if they know you're doing it, they're gonna come straight to you, right?
Okay.
And what is on the screen here that tells them that you guys are doing it or
The
trying to do
pink ward.
it? Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they're just gonna come straight, and then you guys have problems, right? So can't actually do it here, but it was a good attempt. It was a good try to look for it. And then this is 4v5. You guys don't want this, okay? Very nice. This is really good that you didn't try and push that because they were all right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's the plan here?
Wait for everybody before we try anything, but
Perfect.
I don't think, yeah.
Just wait for everyone. And then, so we cut it out. We should be fine. Unless we get flashed on. Oh, that's really awkward. So, feels bad? What do you think?
I think I was sitting way too far up. I just got like W and ulted by Brand over the wall.
Right. If our plan is we need to run until King gets here, what would you do instead?
I would not even be in range of Sejuani engage.
Yeah, don't even try and hit her, right? That's how we continue a 4v5. You see?
Okay.
If this guy doesn't die, we got problems. Oh, please kill this guy fast. Oh, it's over. Oh, maybe. This is gonna be kind of close, but you didn't get to do anything, so feels bad. Oh, Thresh is still going. I don't know about that one, Thresh. All right, and then it turned into a disaster. So you see how this one concept is gonna prevent all of this, all right? And this is the one thing that's kind of the one major mistake you're making is this kind of idea, all right? You want to know what the strategy is, overall strategy.
Okay.
All right, and tactics is like how do we accomplish that strategy? So stand further back, right? Strategy is wait for our team, just make sure they're not starting the Baron, push mid, right? And then the tactics is let's just stay far back enough, right? No, don't hit this guy, right? This is pretty easy clap.
Okay.
This is pretty funny. All right, and then we could keep going because it's 5v4, right? Maybe doable. And then wow, that Azir almost killed Camille. That's kind of awkward. Oh, Baron, right? You can look for Baron. Maybe not. The team is trolling. That's fine. That's not your fault. Sure, go clear top, and then you need to go mid. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Interesting. We should help this, right? They have no karma. Easy clap. So you see how they're doing the same thing you guys are doing, right? let's back it up. Let's back it up. All right. So, what do you think here? Let's pretend the enemy team doesn't have TP on Illaoi, because apparently not.
Let's see. Well, Thresh is already dead, and I think Kayn used his E to get in, right? So there's no way he's coming out of that one alive.
Well, less specific and more general.
Okay, this fight is already lost.
Well, starting from here, this picture. Like how many people? Like how many people is always the first question you need to answer.
It's a 1v2 here, I think. No, it's on Sejuani. I don't.
Well, everyone on their team that you can't see is here, right?
Okay.
Over here. How about your
So,
team?
Let's see. Kane is sitting. I think Kane and Camille. I can't really see. Are
Yeah, they're like right here or something. They're like next. They're like next to Thresh.
Yeah.
And you're like on the way, right?
Mhm.
So this is a what?
This is still should be a 3v4 because I'm like 20 seconds out.
But you can be on the way, right? As long as someone's not getting one shot, you can get here in time. I would say. So it's maybe a 4v4, but yeah, 3v4. But you should start running here, right? And then clearly this fight's taking a while to get to, taking a while, right? So then when you look at the map here, how does this plan change?
So 2Yif's teleporting in, making it still a 4v4 actually.
And then what else did you notice? I instantly noticed this.
Karma showed up on the map.
I was like, oh shit, they have no karma, easy, let's go. And then it was easy, right? So they didn't even need you, but that's kind of how you can tell what's gonna happen before you can see the result of a fight before you see it.
Okay.
This is what we want you to practice. Literally every situation, anytime. All right. So you don't need to play this any differently. It's just you need to know what's going on. Right?
Okay.
And then you don't need to help that because it's 3v1. So you need to go do Baron here, by the way. Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this. So for these guys that are doing this, your strategy is do Baron and 4-second recall and stop them.
Okay.
That's it. So a small thing to know, but you never really want to do this, so because your team can't Baron if you're here.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to Baron. You can stop her by recalling. That's what I want you to think. And then okay, what's going on here? Oh, what's going through your head here? What should your idea be here?
I should be looking to see how many people are on each side of this.
So what do we come up with?
It looks like a 5v5. Actually, I think Alawi just respawned. Sorry.
Let's see. No, she's
No,
alive.
she's alive. She's alive. Okay. Should be a 5v5 then.
Perfect. That's it. So approach it like a 5v5 and you're good to go.
Okay.
So waiting for something good, and then if something bad happens, we kite, all right?
Okay.
So of course everyone is here. That doesn't look too good. Let's kite it out. Oh, maybe doable, but ultimately, unless you see something good, it's not going to be good enough. Oh,
Okay.
this is looking even worse. So, oh, that was pretty good. Let's go, baby. You see how this kind of works, and then you just run people down. Oh,
I eat everything.
no. It's okay. It was a nice try. This is the first time I saw you lost a regular fight. So this is just a this is a nice try.
Okay.
We should talk about this though. Why didn't you? Well, this is a really good ulti, right? So what happened?
So what was going on in my mind? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, I thought we could win because I could pop Brand, and then, well, I got stunned because I didn't wait for that to come out. So I tried to turn on the low health Alawi instead, and I got Ezreal ulted.
All right. So the main idea here is what?
Should I be waiting for something to come to me?
Okay, let me make this obvious. All right, so let's say Lissandra. This is Lissandra.
Okay.
And you think you can flash and auto attack her twice, she dies.
Okay.
She presses R. Who's faster?
She is.
Okay, change it to Brand. Watch this. What do you think? Who's faster?
He is.
His stun is faster. So what do you need to use your flash for?
Avoiding the Q.
Okay, true. You can do that. That's the most basic. What else can you do? We mentioned this in lane. If you're crazy, this is advanced, but you could also do what to dodge it?
Are we talking flashing over the Q? Or avoiding the W?
That's the basic one, is flashing the Q. You can dodge his Q with what?
With heal?
Yeah, you could do that if you
okay,
want, right?
okay.
You just need to come up with something though. Literally
Okay.
anything that doesn't involve getting hit, okay? So that's the problem there. You try to do something, but you're always gonna get hit first. Okay, as
Okay.
ADC, that's what I want you to think. You need to
Okay.
solve for the way they kill you. So remember how we're like, oh, Sivir Q kills people, solve for that, or Brand stun, you need to dodge it, or what's another one we talked about? Like Ezreal, he needs to land Qs, right? Solve for that first, and make sure you can do yours, which is just auto attack. So for Draven, it's super simple. Dodge their stuff, then you can just right click and you win. So
Okay.
that's just a team fighting thing. I'm not too worried about that. I think you have a good handle on that, honestly. From the stuff we saw, we're more concerned about is 4v5. How do you react?
Just flee.
Yeah, you turned around, right?
Yeah.
Feels bad. We need to kite this out. At this point, it's too far gone. You could chalk this loss up to too many throws in the mid game and that team fight throw. So like if this happens and your team got caught and this you actually couldn't do anything here, that's fine. You just don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. You couldn't have done anything. You worry about the stuff that happened earlier, right? Sometimes you get to this point and it's over, right? That's okay. Wait, they haven't ended yet though, so. Oh, there it is, baby. You dodged it without just regular walking and stuff, but that's a good try. This is just 2v4.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I think you have a good grasp of what you need to work on. So
Okay.
big habit is you know how many people are here before something happens. Make your game plan off that. Don't change that game plan unless you have more information.
Okay.
It's like someone shows up on the map, you see someone happen on your screen, like blitz hook or mad damage, I don't know, and then go from there, right? I think you just need to have something in your mind before the situation happens, so you know instantly what to do.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing that'll help you. So, does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah. So the method we came up with was, remember I was like pausing, I like look at the map, come up with something, then play, right?
Okay.
And the more you do this, the faster you'll get at it. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate
No
it.
problem, no problem. Any last questions?
Yeah, I think you answered it very clearly. Just hold on to everything. Use brain. Use brain is very important.
Use brain before something happens. And then let's say there's a middle of fight breaks out. Let's say just something random happens and you haven't figured this out yet. Don't join in. Look at the map and then join in. Okay. Like default to kiting it out. Let me show an example here. Let's say something's going on and you haven't figured it out yet. Like this. Something's going on and you haven't figured it out yet. Start kiting immediately and look at the map. Like here, I'll be like, oh shit, what's going on? Start running, and then I look at the map and I'm like, okay, someone coming down from mid or flanking or something like that, right? You need to know what the situation is before you can play the game. So
Okay.
default to knowing the situation no matter what first.
Okay. This makes it so much more clear. Thank you very much.
No problem, no problem. I think if you can work on this, you'll do really well. Like the laning stuff was really good. Like this game was actually, you're actually 1v9 in this game, except when you threw mid, right? So that's all you have to work on is this kind of concept. And I think your gameplay will look a lot better. If there's anything else you wanted to like look at, it would be like, oh, how does he kill me? How do I kill them? Kind of stuff, right? And you can make plays off that. But I would say that's a lot less important than this. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
No problem, no problem. And yeah, let me know how the games are going. Good luck.
Good night.
Have a good night.